Yeah, we like to bring players for you guys every week. We had a player have an academic requirement pop up last minute, so apologies on that. We'll normally have players for you each week for access. In opening, just again, appreciate all you guys getting the word out just on our games and promoting the program. One of many objectives year one is just to make sure we get our story out there. So game 2, 7 o'clock tip. And then looking ahead, if I don't talk to you guys before then, I guess Tuesday is also a 7 o'clock tip. And that tab pad game, we changed up a little bit because of the Grove opening at 7. We play that 4th game at 8 p.m. In the tab pad. So a lot of good things going on with promotions and marketing attendance. And it's my understanding that's one of the best student crowds really since the pavilion opened. We had overflow of students we were putting upstairs, which was awesome. Chipping away at our season ticket holder, basically scan rate. Like when you look at the percentage of season tickets that we have sold for the capacity of our arena, we're at one of the better percentages around college basketball. Simply stated, we don't have a issue really selling season tickets. Issue has actually filling those seats game in, game out. And I don't think a realistic objective is to ask the people to buy the tickets to come to every single game because many of our fans don't live in Oxford and different challenges. But our big request this year is just for people that have season tickets to take a little, interest and time and commitment and just try to make sure that their seats are filled. So we started chipping away a little bit. Game 1, we had a better redemption rate than they'd had in the past several years here, but we obviously still have a long ways to go. So the message is thank you for all the season ticket holders and their commitment to Ole Miss basketball, but please help us out a little bit. The nights you can't come to the games, make sure somebody's sitting in your seats. We continue with those two groups, the student group, the season ticket holder group. Then that third group is basically just game-by-game strategy, and there's tickets available for Friday night's game. And so just encouraging people that haven't seen our team play that are in town to call the ticket office and come watch a game. A special invite to anybody out there that is interested in coming to see our team play but is in a financial situation where they're just not capable or able to buy those tickets, then ask those people to come by the basketball office at the TUI Center, and I'd love to meet those people in person, and I'll do what I can to make sure they have tickets to the game. So there's an open seat for everybody, just trying to get the word out. We appreciate all you guys helping us as we build the program. That's the marketing update of the week. Thank you.
Chris, last Monday when Juju and GJ were up there, I think they both mentioned kind of what opened things up in the second half is just kind of ball movement, and I think you said so yourself. But looking back at just kind of the cut-ups of the game, do you feel like that was also very much the case?
Absolutely. In all my years of coaching, it was a unique situation we found ourselves in. Our team, dating all the way back to the summer when we had inter-squad scrimmages, some with officials and some more kind of pickup game setting. Certainly when official practice started, having some outside competition in the exhibition game, closed-door scrimmage, we really one of our best things we do offensively is we move the ball. And for lack of a better word, we call it team ball. And but the other night we just had some possessions where we didn't look like who we're supposed to be. And I don't think it's just selfishness per se. I think it's just some individual possessions where we weren't playing the way that we've always played. So it'll be interesting to see how we go from here, from game 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4. But, yeah, I thought the ball stuck a lot opening night. We took some tough shots when people are wide open. And eventually to be the kind of team we all want to be, we're going to have to get to the point where we turn down a good shot from time to time to get a great shot from somebody else. We saw that. We call that ball movement. We call that don't let the ball stick. We call that team ball. And so I agree with those two guys the other night. It was absolutely a problem with our offense opening night, so we look to make that improvement by tomorrow night.
3 games, the close scrimmage, exhibition, and Monday. What have you seen out of Rashad so far against other opponents besides yourself?
Yeah, Rashad's doing a lot of really good things. Opening night was a great example. He impacted the game. He rebounded the ball. He got an assist. He made some deflections and some good plays on defense. So as he continues to just basically produce in his minutes played, his minutes are going to go up and up and up. And, I would have liked to have seen him play more opening night. But obviously you guys were there. We got ourselves in a, kind of a 1-2 possession game. The opponent kind of went small ball on us. We had to make some decisions there. But I'm starting to have a lot of confidence in Rashad. It's not based on the fact that I like him and love him. I do. It's based on how he's been playing in practice. He's earning that trust, and he had a good practice today, good practice yesterday. So I don't think it's breaking news. I look for his minutes to improve from game 1 to game 2, and it's based on how he's been playing in games and in practice.
Chris, a couple signees yesterday. What can you tell us about John and Eduardo? Where do they fit for this program moving forward?
Yeah, I think twofold. Whenever we talk about recruiting, we're in a talent business. So when you look at Klafke and you look at Bowl, these are two guys, that can play at the highest level. These are two SEC talents. These are two top 25 team talents, two guys that, should play basketball after college one day. Both guys are skilled. Both guys have some identity on the offensive and defensive side of the floor. So, they're good players. Secondly, we think they're our kind of guys. They're guys that love basketball. Maybe not love it, maybe are addicted to it. And they're no backup playing guys. They've dedicated themselves to this game at young ages. Their college decision was very important to them because they both have dreams and aspiration of playing basketball even after college. So that's something we always look for in recruiting is this a lifestyle or just something they love to do? Are they committed to being great, or they just enjoy playing a game? We're convinced that both these guys love the game. They're addicted to the work, so they kind of fit our culture. Thirdly, we feel like they really fit what we're trying to do here at Ole Miss. I've never seen recruiting as just stockpiling talent. Recruiting's about kind of putting a puzzle together. So we think both Klafke and Bowl will have chances to play major roles earlier in their careers based on their talent, their love of the game, and the way they play fits us perfectly.
I know you can't comment specifically, but do you anticipate being done for the early signing period, or?
No, definitely never done. Recruiting is always kind of expect the unexpected. Recruiting's a 12-month deal, and so these are the first two on the board in the fall period. We're actively involved in a lot of situations, not only for the fall period but for the spring period. So yeah, never done with recruiting. It's just a ever-turning world. So every single day our staff spends time at recruiting, even on the days that we have games. So no, I don't anticipate us being done with this fall period.
I want to ask you specifically about John Bull. I think he said that you recruited him very early on at Texas. Just having followed him, and you're probably going to follow him within this next year before he comes to Ole Miss. What aspect of this game do you feel like is the most ready for the college game?
Yeah, I think I could talk about both these guys forever, but to answer that question on John, so John's obviously, a talented guy. A lot of it is just God-given. He's got positional size. He's got a great IQ. He's smart. And so physically and mentally, he's one of those guys who can have a chance to play basketball for a long time. It could be an impact freshman in the SEC. Equally important to that, is his intangibles. And the one thing I'd say about John Bull is he has a great motor. He plays extremely hard. He doesn't fatigue easily. He impacts every possession just with his effort, whether he's on the ball or off the ball or on the court or even on the bench. He's a high-energy motor guy that plays with great enthusiasm. So he just impacts the game with how hard he plays. Same things with Klafke. He's a guy that impacts the game in so many more ways than just his skill. He's a great teammate. He's got great anticipation, great vision. He's a competitor. So with these two guys, it's not just about, what somebody could write about their basketball game. Both these guys are intangible guys, and that's definitely how we're going to build this program. We're going to recruit the best players in the world, and we're always looking for those intangibles. And we couldn't be more pleased to get this recruiting class started with these two guys.
And I guess in the preseason, you talked about how you wanted your non-conference schedule, with each individual game to have a specific, aspect about them that, you want your team to face before conference play. With Eastern Washington up ahead, what is that? Yeah, so many stories in college basketball, and only so many can be told. But Eastern Washington, this is one of the best basketball teams in college basketball. So last year, they had arguably the best season in that conference's history. They won 16 straight games and started the conference season out 16-0. One of the best offenses in college basketball, just really efficient. 5 guys that can dribble, pass, and shoot.
put a lot of pressure on the defense, and so just one of the best offensive identity teams in college basketball. So, their season ended and just with a lot of adversity. A team that was projected to go to the NCAA tournament, but at that level, and I speak from experience being at Little Rock, a lot of pressure on that conference tournament. They get upset in the conference tournament, but they don't sit around and cry about it. They get to the NIT and they win a big road game against Washington State in the NIT. And then basically, I think, played a Big 12 team in round 2 and won 1-2 possession game. So they've shown the ability to kind of bounce back. I'm not their marketing guy, but I would argue that they're a team on a mission. So close last year in a lot of ways. The majority of the players came back. They added really good pieces in recruiting. They're not relying on a lot of young guys. They have experienced transfers, and so, here they are. Opening night, didn't play their best game, so we come in with game 2. We expect them to play at their best. So they have our full attention, full respect. They're a team that has a story. They have an edge about them. They're going to put a lot of pressure on our defense because they have 5 guys that can shoot the ball in the court at almost all times. And then defensively, they have great size, great positional size. They're a team that'll have 6'10", 6'8" out there at the same time. So maybe not a team that, nationally you're hearing a lot of them right now, but if you look at their story last year and all the returners they have, I project they'll be a team that competes for an NCAA tournament bid here in a few months.
Any other questions, Coach?
Appreciate you guys.